Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Teddy, and in this video, we're going to be sharing our most worn fragrances so far in 2022. Courtney has 11.
Yep.
I have 11, but also we have one shared one
Yes.
at the end that we're also going to go ahead and mention. So this is stuff that we usually wear. Now I wear stuff that's pretty different almost every single day, so you're more of a person of, you're a person of habit, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
wear things more
Over and over.
over and over and over again. So I venture out a little bit more, so this is nowhere close to what I wear on a yearly basis, but these are some of the ones that I was grabbing time and time again throughout the year this year so far. So what we're gonna do, go through back and forth. We have this broken up into two different parts. One is gonna be looking at some, actually three parts. We have the warm weather, then looking at something versatile, and then looking at the cold weather. So we have all those broken apart. We'll go back and forth. You'll kick us off. And also what's really important in this video is we're going to be announcing the winner to our shopping spree, $1,000 shopping spree. So if you want to hear the winner of that, stick around till the end of the video because that's where we're going to be announcing it. Don't skip ahead. Don't be that kind of person. Come on.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
No cheating. But
Build the suspense. Let's go. You can kick us off, Courtney. Go ahead.
all right, this is one. I am not joking when I say I wore this almost every day this summer. Erba Pura by Xerjoff. It is sweet, it's fruity, it's like a sexy tropical paradise. I adore this one. I think it's gorgeous. Notes for this one, we have fruit, white musk, Madagascar vanilla, amber, Sicilian orange, bergamot, and Sicilian lemon. Again, it's this tropical, delicious paradise. It smells so good on the skin when it warms up. Oh my gosh. I just could not get enough of this summer. I'm going to be sad to be going into the fall and not being able to wear this as much, which maybe I still will anyway, but one of my all-time favorites.
It's very sweet, so not going to be for everybody, but I think that it's also very you. It is very fitting. So
Yeah.
I think no problem with that one. It's classy, well done, but still a little like, kind of flirtatious and kind of like fun.
Yep, we love it.
Next up here, one of my most worn fragrances by far this year, and one of the surprises of the year, this is my first year actually wearing their fragrances, is an Ormonde Jayne Montabaco Verano. This is a cool fragrance because it has a few things that combine together that I really like. I like summer-oriented fragrances like bright citrus, so it has that with grapefruit, getting an orange note, but also what's cool about this one is it also throws in kind of a curveball. So you have tobacco and leather as notes in here. Then you have ambergris. I get like some ISOE super. It feels like there's some of that happening here, but it's just a strange combination, but it works. I just love this one. I was wearing it all the time. Performance is also not too bad if you're considering that this is more of a citrus-oriented fragrance, but the combination of getting a summer fragrance with tobacco in it, which is a really cool thing to me. Leather note also, it's kind of all over the place, but it's so well constructed and put together. I would just reach for this one time and time again, and I took a big dent. I don't know if we're showing old footage here, but if you look at this bottle that I have in my hand, I mean, I definitely took a dent out of this 50 ml.
Okay, next up, another one of my all-time favorites that I've mentioned before on this channel, and that is Floris Bergamotto di Positano. This is your Mediterranean coast. You're sitting out by the rocks and the water's crashing up, and maybe, you're having some kind of limoncello drink. It's gorgeous. Notes for this one, we have bergamot, vanilla, ginger, orange, and green tea. So this is gonna be your citrus aromatic, again, the Mediterranean coast. Refreshing, but I will say the vanilla adds a really great sweetness to it. It's light, it's refreshing, it's warm, but that vanilla adds a bit of creaminess that I really like.
The UK fragrance house, maybe making an Italian fragrance almost as good as anybody.
Oh, yep.
One of my favorites too. I really do enjoy that one.
Yep, and a contender for the wedding scent, so stay tuned.
So this next fragrance is from Aēsop. This is known as Tacit. This has been one that I have grabbed a lot in the last couple of months. We both really like this one.
Yes.
And I like their soaps. I like everything about, this branding's cool. But this fragrance is just simply phenomenal. I would recommend checking this out or smelling it. Now, some people are gonna say pretty expensive for a 50 ml bottle, which absolutely true, but just give this one a shot. This one has this mix of, you have this tart citrus, and then you have this green and like woody ambiance that's just created by this one. It almost gives off kind of like this, it like fills, when you fill a room with this, it just smells fantastic. I want to spray it on and everything. I remember we sampled things out. We went into this boutique for Aēsop, and they sprayed it on like the little like linen canvas bag.
Yes.
And I just was like, oh, I kept smelling the bag. I'm like, I need to get a full bottle of this stuff.
Yes.
This is addicting.
And of course, it was the only one they were sold out of, so we had to order it online. It is so good.
Yuzu, basil, rosemary, mint, vetiver, cedar, amberwood, clove, and fennel. Not one that's talked about a lot, but I'd recommend checking it out. I wore it a ton over the summer.
Right, another one that is in my rotation, my small rotation, is Imaginary Authors Saint Julep. This is your mint mojito, perfect for the summertime. Notes for this one, we have sweet mint, sugar cube, bourbon, southern magnolia, grisalva, and tangerine. It's sweet. It has similarities to BR 540. People often compare it to that. A bit different. Don't like quote me and say it's identical, because it's definitely not. But it really is this like minty, sugary, mint ice cream type of scent to me.
So another fragrance I wore quite a bit this year was Guerlain Homme EDP. I've mentioned this quite a bit on the channel. I think this was mentioned in the first video we ever posted on the channel, and that was just because I was getting really fascinated with this one right at the beginning of the year, and I just kept wearing it. This one has lime, mint, rum, vetiver, cedar, patchouli. This is this refreshing fragrance, a little bit mature, but very wearable. I'd say summer is probably where it's best suited, but this could also be worn year round. Spring, summer, I think you could also do it changing the season in fall, but might be falling off a little bit in winter. But where I was grabbing it the most, spring, summer, I felt like it was right at home. Boozy fragrance, you have these undertones with this woody base, but this combination of this kind of mojito type of vibe with the rum note, the mint, lime, it's refreshing, but it also has that booziness factor that I think is pretty cool.
Next is another tropical paradise fragrance, and that is Creed Virgin Island Water. This one smells like you were in one of those swim up bars. I think that's what you said in a past video, and it's totally correct. Like you're swimming up, getting your little pina colada, and enjoying your day. So again, sweet tropical paradise, poolside bar, fans hitting you. This is a great one. Notes for this one, we have lime, coconut, mandarin, jasmine, ylang ylang, woods, and musk. Delicious. I love it.
So if I made a video in 2021 talking about my most worn, this would also be on it, but this is Cedrat Boise. I love this fragrance. It was one of my, I don't even know how to describe it. It just is so easy to wear. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's masculine, but it also has some brightness to it with the lemon. I have a full video on this one. I have the intense version that we also reviewed, but I decided to put this one on here just because the intense I didn't get my hands on until the middle of the summer, so I just had more wears out of this one, so that one felt a little bit more at home. If you ask me maybe by the end of the year which one I'd wear more, that might be a different conversation, but this one still prevails for me. It just has this nostalgic factor too for myself. Like I just like this fragrance. When I can't think of anything else to wear and I'm just like, you know, I don't want to think today, but I want to smell good, I just pick this.
All right, next we have Vilhelm Poets of Berlin. I think this one is a little bit more versatile. I know we're putting it in summer here, but I think that's just because of some of the notes. Could work really in any season, I think. Notes for this one, you have vanilla, blueberry, bamboo, sandalwood, lemon, vetiver, and orris. This one almost reminds me of a really light blueberry pastry. It's very feminine, I think. I don't know that a man could pull this off. Maybe you can, maybe you like it, but yeah, it's just refreshing, light, pastry, delicious. I love this one.
So for our versatile category, we're gonna kick it off with Dunhill Icon. Designer fragrance, I absolutely love this one. This is a fragrance that does a lot of things I like. One, pepper note. It has this effervescent type of feel to it off the top. This thing is just bright, it's welcoming. It does this neroli note in a synthetic way, but it still smells wonderful. And I would wear this one all the time. I just really enjoy it. Bottle is strange. It just smells pleasant though, and I don't know, I can't escape this one. This is one that I think is just very well done. I know certain people think it's overhyped, but I just grab it and I think it's well put together. It's buttoned up, but you're not paying this crazy price where you feel like you have to overstretch to feel that buttoned up feel, which I think is good when you're looking at many of the fragrances on this list are more niche.
Okay, my first versatile one is Amouage Honor Woman. This one is what I put on when I want to smell elegant and classy and ultra feminine. Not typically what I like in a fragrance. I normally don't go for those like very floral or like white floral smells, but this one I just love for some reason. Notes, we have gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, rhubarb, lily of the valley, carnation, amber, and pepper. Again, ultra feminine. I feel like the classiest lady in the room when I wear this.
So another one that I was grabbing a lot this summer was ROJA Elysium. This fragrance is sure maybe a little bit more conventional for ROJA standards, but it just works. It has this bright opening with this grapefruit, this lemon, bergamot, And then it gets into this vetiver, ambergris, and there's also a hint of pepper in here. But really what I get is more like this woodsy vetiver and then ambergris that just kind of comes together as this one rounds off at the end. It's sweet, tart at the opening, but with some woody sophistication as it dries down. Also getting some vanilla and resins in here that's a little bit more subdued, but it just makes that journey into the dry down that much more pleasant. But this is a year-rounder, as versatile I think as you can come by from a niche fragrance, and it just is that Swiss Army knife that I love to have in a collection that I'm still gonna wear into the fall even this year. I think this is just a fantastic fragrance.
And it's hyped for a reason, I'll say that. All right, this is my most versatile I think that I have. That is MFK Baccarat Rouge 540. This one was my first niche fragrance. I think it's classy, it's elegant, you smell sophisticated when you wear it. Definitely at this point a little less unique. And by a little less, I mean a lot of less, because so many people have this and there are so many different fragrances that mimic it. But I think it's gorgeous nonetheless. Notes for this one, we have amberwood, saffron, ambergris, fir resin, cedar, and jasmine. Polarizing, you love it or hate it. I'm in the love it category. I will wear this for the rest of my life.
Next up, very similar type of idea that you mentioned with Baccarat, and that is with Green Irish Tweed. Sure, it might be a little overhyped. Sure, it might be talked about a lot. Sure, it's nothing that's gonna surprise you, but this fragrance is just class in a bottle, and I love wearing it. I feel more confident wearing this. I think this is just the liquid equivalent to putting on a nice suit. It just feels great when I wear this. It smells great. It does have this slightly mature element to it, and I like to kind of go for like these creed fragrances that typically are a little bit more under the radar, like a Rolfa and things of that sort, but this is one that I don't care how popular it is. It just smells so freaking good, and I can't get enough of it. Lemon verbena, iris, violet leaf, sandalwood, ambergris, peppermint. Just clean, it's fresh, it's opulent, but it's inviting and almost effortless in terms of that buttoned up feel. And I just, again, feel confident when wearing it. It's one that's always gonna be in my rotation, and I just love this one.
Next up, we have Byredo Gypsy Water. This one I like to say reminds me of like a Mother Earth type of vibe, because it is more naturey and outdoorsy, which is actually the opposite of who I am as a person. I'm a very air conditioning inside type of gal. Notes for this one, we have juniper, sandalwood, vanilla, lemon, pine, incense, bergamot, and pepper. Again, it's this unorthodox fresh. There's a little vanilla in there mixed with that like shrub, piney, kind of woody scent. But I really like it, surprisingly. I think a lot of other people do too.
I grabbed for this a few times, too this year, and it's a cool fragrance. It's a little unconventional, but well done. So now we're moving into the cold weather category, and our first one here is Nishane Fan Your Flames. Coconut. Not a note that I typically would like in a fragrance.
Oh, I do.
I know, but not me.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all, but it works in this. And the combination of tobacco, coconut, usually what you see from like an accord standpoint, you see tobacco and these like rich kind of vanillas or like resins. This is gonna replace that with coconut, and it creates a crazy unique type of smell that I love. This was one of the ones that I wore end of last year heading into this year, and I really enjoyed. And this is probably gonna be a standout for me heading into the fall season, the winter season. Lovely fragrance, a little more unconventional, unique, but easy to recognize when I can smell it now. Like say, I put that in the air, I'd be like, oh, Fan Your Flames, I got it. Creamy, powdery, but well done if you like that tobacco genre and you want something that's a little bit different. And as somebody who has a lot of tobacco fragrances, this was one that was able to stand out, and I think that says a lot for our collection.
And I will also say, everything I've smelled from Nishane, I have loved.
Really sought out.
So check it out. One that I tend to wear in the winter is Dior Hypnotic Poison. Teddy bought me this as a gift, which was very nice, and I wear it for that sweet reason. Notes for this one, we have vanilla, coconut, plum, almond, sandalwood, musk, and floral. So heavy on the almond. If you don't like almond fragrances, you will not like this. It's the first thing I smell when I spray it. It's very powdery, creamy, has a woody backbone. As you can see, I don't typically gravitate towards the designer as much, just because I am a creature of habit. Once I find the ones I like, I keep wearing them over and over and over until I get sick of it, which takes years. So right now, this is one of the only designers that I wear, and I think that says something.
So next up, one of our personal favorites. This is Maison Margiela's Jazz Club. Probably one of my most worn fragrances, even last year. I just love this one. How I describe it always is this effortless nonchalance about it that, I don't know.
It's sexy.
It just doesn't need to try hard. And I would just put this one on fall, winter. It doesn't have as much staying power as I'd love to have, but it For the fall, this is just a knockout. I would wear this all the time. The sillage, when it is there, is one of the best in the collection, I think. It just will catch you and it just will, whoa, what is that? Love this one in the air. Rum, tobacco, vanilla, pink pepper, clary sage. But really the defining characteristics here, rum and tobacco, and it does it exceptionally well.
All right, next we have Atelier des Eaux Lune Feline. Notes for this one, cardamom, cinnamon, vanilla, pepper, and balsam. This is a warm, spicy. It has a bit of a dusty opening, a subtle, dim vanilla. It's very dark, and I do think this one is better when it dries down. I think this one is perfect for the winter, for the fall, the colder months of the year. It does really well. And also the packaging is just gorgeous. The gold flakes, I mean, you do have to be careful when you spray because it does spray gold flakes too, but I just think this brand does a gorgeous job.
Next, we have a staple that's been in the collection for years now, Prada Luna Rossa Black. This is one that you loved when I bought this the first time, and you basically recommended it to like countless people at this point. I don't know if they're moving away from this or not. It looks like they kind of are, which is a disappointment. I simply love this fragrance. It's very well done. Coumarin, amber, angelica, musk, patchouli, bergamot. Powdery, it's got some mystery to it. The black element, it does kind of just feel like it has that like nighttime type of effect. It just feels perfect for a date night in the fall. It's like going out, you could either go out to the bars wearing this, but you also could wear this to like with an intimate type of setting with somebody you really care about. Yes. And that's the cool thing about this one.
It's not total F-boy vibes, which is what we like about it.
That's right, Prada Luna Rossa Black.
All right, next we have YSL Liba. This one is one that I started wearing because we did a like women reaction video and Teddy said that he really liked it. So I was like, all right, I'll listen to the man and I'll wear it. Notes for this one, we have lavender, orange blossom, Madagascar vanilla, jasmine, mandarin orange, musk, black currant, cedar, and ambergris. This one is a little bossy. I get approached a lot when I wear this, a lot of compliments. And anytime we've done a reaction video with this one in it, I think it does pretty well if I'm remembering correctly. So
We've done so many now, I can't even remember.
I can't either, but I think it's just a mass appealing, nice designer. It smells more expensive than it is, and it's a designer that's just done really well in my opinion.
So the background changed because the sun basically went down and it was just reflections everywhere. So we decided to pull down the blinds. But
this is a long video. Very
long video. We're trying to go through like 25 fragrances for the most part. So next up we have Grand Soir from MFK. This and Amorous are probably up there for my two favorites for them. I also wear Baccarat whenever you're like not wearing it. Sometimes I'll just grab that randomly. But this is just, it's sophistication. It's, if you like these more amber-oriented fragrances, probably one of the easier ones to wear in the niche genre while still feeling elevated and sophisticated, that I think, which is kind of goes hand in hand with this genre of fragrances. So amber, benzoin, vanilla, tonka, labdanum. It's a beautiful fragrance, well constructed, great for the very, very cold days. I mean, I would spray this on like a scarf at the tail end of last year and heading into this year, and it just worked. And certainly looking forward to wearing this one more throughout the year. And last one on the list here, this is one that we both wear, and this is Acro Awake. Coffee, cardamom, vetiver, lemon. Big things here, coffee, spices, and vetiver. It's a great fragrance.
I love it. It smells like a creamy latte almost.
I wore this to, I think it was your family's house for the holidays last year, and they were all like, what's going on here?
They were blown away.
We got to know what this is, because I think there's a lot of coffee lovers there. And
my mom bought it, actually. She likes it, yeah.
She got it? Oh, awesome. Well, it's just a wonderful fragrance, and I think if you like the coffee genre of fragrance, this is one to check out. It's realistic in its coffee note too, but it's also not crazy expensive as well. Like, I mean, their fragrances compared to some of these other niche ones, I mean, it's way more attainable. I wouldn't say it has the same level of sophistication as the other ones, but they have this very kind of, it's more of an eclectic type of style for their brand. This one I would say is more wearable compared to like Smoke and some of the other ones that they have that are really out there, but wonderful for the fall months, something we both grab and both can enjoy, and that's a nice thing to always have. But all right, guys, that is our list of fragrances here today, and some of the ones we've worn the most in 2022. Now, for the end of the video, we have something else in store, and that is announcing the winner to our giveaway. So how this worked, you guys had to pick out some fragrances on the site, which fragrances you liked, and it had to be less than $1,000. We had $1,000 to go ahead and have some fun with. And we put all of the submissions. We had thousands of submissions, so don't get discouraged if you didn't win. I wish I could have everybody win, but that would not be financially sustainable. So unfortunately, we can't do that. But we do have one lucky winner. What we did was we put all the different submissions into a random generator. We just had it in an Excel sheet. You randomize it, boom, spits out the number or the individual, and the winner is Carlton Young.
I was gonna do a drum roll.
Sorry, I stole your thunder. But Carlton Young, yay, there we go.
Yay.
Now, Carlton picked out 3 fragrances. He picked out ROJA Elysium, Floris Neroli Voyage, and Creed Virgin Island Water. So 2 of the fragrances were actually mentioned in our most worn, which I didn't even recognize until just now.
He's got good taste.
Good work, Carlton. So we'll be in touch. We will reach out to you. If Carlton doesn't claim his prize, we'll let everybody know, and we'll pick a new one and make an announcement, say on Instagram or somewhere else. But I have done many giveaways on the Watch channel in the past, and I've never had somebody not take a giveaway winner. So don't be that guy, Carlton. We'll reach out to you, but congratulations on winning. And thank you to everybody that participated in it. I really do appreciate it as well. But all right, guys, that's all we have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. What also were some fragrances that you've worn the most this year? If you had to pick like 5 to 10 fragrances that you've worn the most throughout 2022, what would be kind of your just fragrance wardrobe for the year if you had to pick those? But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and we'll see you all very soon.